turn that down. Bring on Mario Fangirl. Put in my ear so I can hear. What's happening, Mario Fangirl93?
Hey there, Retro. I'm just going to tell you that I'm not the only guest in there. KevinTheTimeGeek86 is probably going to be another guest too. I'm not sure if he's there.
Really? Let me see. Ah, there is somebody back there. What do we need to know about Kevin the Time Geek?
Well, I would actually figured I would have Kevin to join for tonight's live stream because, especially since he is one of my longtime best friends, and we've been friends for 6 years.
Tell me about him. Tell me what you know about him. Give me your thoughts on Kevin the Time Geek.
Well, he's just that he's a Let's Player like I am, since he's really big with a lot of Nintendo games and did unboxing videos and other cool stuff. But he's a really cool guy, and he's also on the spectrum like I am.
Spectrum? I guess I don't know about that. We should ask him. Let me ask you, Kevin, what is spectrum?
Hello. The autistic spectrum. Hi. Hello, everyone. Kevin here. Oh,
Yep.
good Lord.
Hey,
Put on the
Kevin.
spot.
How are you?
But,
I know. This
I'm
is
doing
that
great, actually.
spontaneous stuff. Now, Kevin,
I noticed that.
oops,
But,
sorry.
whoa.
tell me
Send me
about
backstage there.
spectrum.
Whoa.
I would like to hear that. I'm going to adjust your audio while you're doing that.
Well, yeah, no problem. I'm using my wireless gaming headset. Fancy schmancy. Bought this with my own money, by the way. But anyway, basically what Sam is alluding to is basically we're both on the autistic spectrum. We're our brains are wired differently than most folks, and
Yep,
we were
that's correct.
both born this way. So,
Nothing wrong with that.
but oh yeah, oh hell no.
Okay, so
So
that's
as
what
long
the
as you're
spectrum
not
is.
well, the autistic spectrum, yeah, and it's called the spectrum because what kind of autistic traits one person might display may not necessarily be something another autistic person displays. So it's a whole wide swath of different things that come together in various ways. I mean, it's basically like we're all unique. We autistic people are just as unique as other or more neurotypical people are. So,
Kevin,
it's just we're
it is
wired
nice to
in
meet
a
you,
yeah,
and I want to welcome you to the
it's
program.
a pleasure to meet you too, Retro.
I've heard
Yeah.
about you.
I mean, when Sam messaged me asking me if I wanted to be a part of this, I'm like, fuck yeah. Can I swear, by
Nice.
the way? I'm just wondering.
You
Okay.
can, and you may hear me say
I
it
don't
once
know
in a while,
whether I
too.
can and can't swear, so.
This is an 18
Okay,
and
fair.
over
I'll try not to
stream.
swear too much if you're...
No, be yourself.
I'll try not to
That's
swear
really
too
what's
much if
important.
it demonetizes you. But yeah. Oh, my friend, I also posted a tweet linking to your stream, and it's my friend Celtic Wolf 25.
good.
Hey!
Question,
She's a
though,
good
Kevin,
friend of
and by
mine.
the way,
We just got back in touch recently because we'd lost track of one another because we've both been busy. She's a bit of a gamer herself, and she just discovered she has mild autism herself. She just told me that today when we were IMing on Facebook.
well, see, I might
We've been
be
friends for a few years, so yeah.
I'm wondering if I'll be the face of the autism movement because I've got Mario Fangirl.
I've spoken for
got
Coffee
Kevin.
Talk, just so you know. Anyway,
Good.
yeah.
Now, Kevin, welcome to the show. My name is Retro Arcade Music Man.
If I talk too much, don't be afraid to rein me in.
Oh, I'll cut you off. No problem. What
Okay.
are the benefits of being autistic?
Oh, I've never really been asked that before, to be honest. I guess maybe being a little more, at least in my case, I can't speak for Sam, but in my case, I feel like in some respects, I'm a little more detail-oriented than some people.
okay.
Like, I notice little minute details in, like, movies and games that other people might not notice, and sometimes I take great delight in pointing that out in my Let's Plays. Like for example, like in this Let's Play for a game called Shovel Knight, which is what my shirt is signifying here, in case you're wondering.
Very nice.
It's like an indie game, but it's got a retro-y aesthetic. It's a really great game. There's this one moment where after you fight this one enemy and you beat him, he starts pounding on the ground like a petulant kid. But I never noticed, there's this little detail I noticed while I was recording it because I was using my headset, that, you know, you could hear the his big hands pounding on the ground, just thump, 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 thump. And I was like, I've never noticed that before. And I even cranked up the audio just in post when I was editing the video so people could hear that, just to appreciate that little minute detail that the developers decided to put in, you know. Because I love little bits like when they put in little details like that. It's just...
Okay, so you pay attention to details, and you are detailed.
Yeah.
Any other benefits from being autistic?
Well, we see the world vastly differently and in different ways that other people might not consider, you know, and they might provide a much broader perspective on things. I mean, I've done a couple of podcasts with some friends where I've given my insight on certain things that we all know that, you know, the group of us really like, and they're like, you know, I hadn't thought of it like that. That's pretty brilliant, you know. So I guess giving a fresh perspective through an autistic lens kind of helps maybe broaden their perspective on things a bit. So helping, you know, I'd say that's a benefit to some extent.
And
excuse me.
That's awesome. Mario Fangirl, how long have you known Mr. Kevin?
Just 6 years.
Mr. Kevin, I like that. Yeah.
Yep,
Yeah,
that's correct.
Sam and I met actually. Yeah.
Go ahead, I'm sorry.
Yeah. No, I'm listening.
I have Shovel Knight for my Steam account and for my Switch MW games. It's a great game, sir. Great game. It's one of my favorite indie titles. But anyway,
that's right. Pay attention. Pay attention
Sam
because
and I
they are
actually
very
first
detailed.
met. Yeah, I've been trying to pay
6
attention
years.
to the chat so I can know what people are saying.
Sometimes
Sam
the
and I
chat
have
can
been
be interesting, but I want to tell you something, Kevin. What we're talking about right now is more important than whatever is going on in that chat room. Although the chat room does add to our conversation, it's not the most important thing. Right now, you and Mario Fangirl are the most important thing to me right now. And I want to make sure you get a copy of this. And so we're going to take care of that.
Okay, that'd be great. I could post it on my channel. So
we'll post away. But right now, we're getting to know each other. And so we'll do this dialogue back and forth, and you're going to love it. I promise. I will let you say what you need to say, and I want to hear what you say. First thing I've learned about you is that you are very detail-oriented, and you pay attention to what's going on around you, and then you see the world differently. So I don't know how you and Mario Fangirl met, but I would be very interested in like how that process started. Did you meet in a chat room or did you meet face to face? Because I think the two of you have met face to face. Am I right?
We've never met in person.
Not
actually,
really.
Even though we're really good friends and we know each other. We haven't met in person yet. We plan to sometime. It's just we haven't had time because, you know, COVID and all this other BS. But basically how we met was I had this online friend, and he and Sam were a thing actually, and I met her through him actually. Yeah. He and I are no longer friends. I won't get into it, but it was just it's a weird dramatic clusterfuck.
Is what we'll say. Let's just call it through a friend, and that makes sense. But the most important thing is when the two of you met, that sounds like it was a better relationship than whatever Sam was going through at the time. So good for you, the two of you, right?
Yeah. I mean, it's strictly platonic between the pair of us, really. I mean, I'm already spoken for, and you know, Sam, I can't really speak for her.
Has a boyfriend.
That's her business. I don't pry into that.
She's all goo.
Yeah, Kevin and I are just basically friends.
Right, but the last time you and I talked, Mario Fangirl,
I actually kind of see Sam like
there was some guy that she was talking about. He's a musician, plays bass. What else do I remember about him?
Mario Fangirl. She's told me about him. Yeah.
Oh.
The guy. The guy that was just talking to you about it the other night. That the guy's name is Michael, and he's not only that he's a former Wheel of Fortune contestant, but he's also a very talented musician, and he's also a good singer, especially since he did a lot of good singing covers here on Facebook. And coming soon, I will definitely meet him in person. And I mean, he is from New York, like I am. However, the only difference where he's at right there is he lives upstate. I'm from Long Island.
There you go. Kevin, where are you from?
Michigan. Like the hand,
Okay.
you know, just I can't really point on the hand where I live, but I live in the state of Michigan on the East Coast. Same
my
as,
friend Gamers
the
Effects
Eastern.
is from Michigan area. I don't know if he's probably not in the chat. But,
well, if he's here, like, nice to know a fellow
Kevin,
Michigander, as the term would be. So, yeah.
So you've known Mario Fangirl for 6 years. Did you have a YouTube channel?
Yes, I have. I've known her for
6 years
a while.
ago. Wow.
Yeah, she had a YouTube channel, but it wasn't. She was kind of still trying to find her feet, and I was kind of in the middle of doing my content, and I still feel like I'm finding my feet as a content creator, even though I've been probably doing it longer than Sam has. But you know, I mean, especially since this isn't KevinTheTimeGeek86 isn't my original username. I had to rebrand myself recently. Well, I say recently,
I know this.
more like a few months ago, but it's still.
I remember.
Yeah,
and I
had to
remember
rebrand myself
watching the video that you posted about making that change. I've seen that video of yours, Kevin. I've been on your channel.
Yeah,
I've seen you.
Yeah, I'm a big
morph.
Doctor Who fan, so I liken it to a regeneration. So, yeah,
that's good. So, how long have you been a YouTuber?
I just. Well, I created my YouTube account back in 2006, like the year after I finished high school. But yeah,
wow.
I'm old. No offense, but I never really. I kind of just sporadically did random stuff on my channel, and I didn't really start doing like gameplay videos until like 2013, something like 2012, 2013, something like that. Mm-hmm. And it was like about 3 years into doing YouTube that I got my job at this one grocery store, Kroger. So I've been trying to keep doing content while also, you know, having that full-time job. So I have tonight off, so I was lucky so that's why I was able to join you guys tonight. So yay.
We're glad. Yeah. And just forgive me, Mario Fangirl, if I ask Kevin a lot of questions, because you and I have talked, you and I have bonded. Is there anything you want to add to the two of you meeting, Mario Fangirl?
It's fine, but there is something. Sharing. But yeah, I'm actually comfortable about these questions, but I definitely want to ask you this, and I'm not sure if you saw my newest video that I uploaded. That I was just made another retro arcade video that I did, but I'm not sure.
What is it? Wait, today? Was it today? Because I haven't checked it out today.
That was yesterday.
Oh yeah, I was killing zombies with Brooklyn Menace, and so I probably missed it. But and I worked a little bit today. I'm a proud subscriber of yours, Mario Fangirl, as you know. And my retro family, they love you. They think you're adorable. They love what you do. They love your voice. And every time I have to tell them, look, she's 28 years old. I know she sounds much younger than that, but you are a grown woman, right?
That's true. Yep, that is correct. And the good thing you let them know about it. But yes, I am a grown woman. And I thought it was really kind of them for saying that, because there were times that I felt unloved, but when it comes to the retro family, I actually felt loved, and I would really appreciate when they say that to me. So I want to thank you guys for that. Real.
Yeah, I'm telling you. Kevin, you've known MarioFanGirl93 a long time. I'm sure there's love in your heart for her. Yes, you've been her protector,
a brotherly
advisor.
Love. Yeah.
What
have
you seen Mario Fangirl go through over the 6 years that you've known her? What was some of the biggest tribulations that you've seen?
Some crappy boyfriends.
Yeah, that's typical, right? She's young.
Also, like so am I to some extent, but yeah. But you know,
you're young. Trust me.
You know,
if you knew my age,
you would understand.
And also,
like I didn't. Yeah, true. but also I had introduced her to a very good friend of mine. I won't say his name on here because I don't want to feel like I'm calling him out, but and she and him kind of have a little bit of a rift between them at the moment, and hopefully things will get better. But I'm optimistic, but we'll see. But so that's
let me tell you
something.
Without getting into any details, the thing is, relationship issues, it's normal. It's normal, Mario Fangirl. We expect a young gal like you
this is more a friendship
to go through stuff like that. And you know what? Friendships come and go. But the true friends, they stay with you through thick and thin. And I'm pretty sure this guy right here, this Kevin guy,
Amen. Oh, yeah.
He's a true friend of yours. If he was not, you would have never said,
I have
hey,
no intention
Retro,
of ditching
can I bring
Sam
him on the
under
show?
any circumstances.
Right?
So.
Oh, never. And Kevin and I always
I
got
have no
along
intention
very
of
well.
ditching Sam under any circumstances.
Well,
Yeah.
that's a keeper. What was your first video game you ever played on YouTube, Kevin?
Me? A Game Boy Color game called Wario Land 2. It was the second game of the Wario Land series. I didn't start with the first one because I was just being weird. And also the second game is my favorite of all the Wario Land games. So, but I did eventually do the first one. That was like my fifth playthrough, but down the road. But Wario Land 2 was like my first one, and I was still kind of working out how I was going to record the game and do it at the same time. And I was using this one like recording I was basically using a combination of this one emulator I used for the game called Visual Boy Advance. And I was also using a screen recording software, which I still predominantly used for a lot of my projects, called Camtasia, which I've just recently actually installed the latest version of. So it's a fantastic piece of software, and actually it's pretty decent for the price it is. So, and also if you keep your membership with it, you'll be able to just keep getting the latest version every year. So I've been trying to do that ever since a couple of years ago. So
Kevin keeps it so real. If you watch Kevin and you check out his channel, when he goes and he does a vlog and he gets on camera, he is honest with you. He tells you like it is. He tells you what's on his mind. Mario Fangirl, any interesting memories from Kevin's channel that you can recall and share with us right now?
Well, there is actually. I just wanted to tell you about this when I've actually featured Kevin in some of my Let's Plays, like years ago. And,
I co-commentated on a few of them.
Oh yes,
and Sam's joined me on a couple of mine. So.
Yeah, and I was just thinking if no, I think I've only featured once on your channel. I think
Oh yeah, well, I have planned sometime to have you join me again. I haven't really had the chance to find the right game yet.
So the two of you have collaborated.
Time will tell, it always does.
Yes.
Live.
Yes, we did.
Yeah. Oh yeah, well, not necessarily live, but been on the same video. But
yeah, just the same.
And I've collabed with some of my other friends as well, and they've collabed with me. So
that's good. That is good.
Yeah. When it comes to introduce to other friends, it's really good for Kevin that he something that I wanted to be friends with, and to just want to make sure that I can get along with other friends. And just what it matters if Kevin has other friends right here, socializing with them when a lot of people talk, and it can be difficult, especially the fact that because I'm autistic myself, I can get anxious because I don't want to interrupt the conversation, and I was just when it comes to socializing and engaging conversations, and it can be hard.
Well, I mean, but that's the way social interaction is. If you learn to accept that sometimes it's not going to be perfect and be okay with that, then in my brain, it's a lot easier to just get out there and mingle and kind of get to know people. I'm naturally curious about people.
I had to struggle with that a lot growing up.
Sure. Yeah. And so...
I had to struggle with that, learning that lesson myself. So, yeah.
Of course.
It's part of being
human. So, here we are, the three of us.
My friend Celtic Wolf was saying he remembers playing a game called 100% Orange Juice with me. which is a really weird
100%
game on
orange
Steam.
juice.
It's like an online board
there
game.
he is. Oh yeah, it was one of Kevin's flags.
Basically it's an online board game, and the reason it's called that is because it's made by a Japanese indie developer called Orange Juice, and all the characters you play as in the game, including the downloadable characters you can get via DLC, are from like all these different like shoot 'em up type games they've developed.
Yeah, I've never heard of that.
Sometimes you can buy those shoot 'em up games on Steam, and you'll get bonus characters if you have both games on the same Steam account.
Okay, but what about retro games? You have any retro games that you play? Any older stuff?
Well, lately I've been just playing through Chrono Trigger again, which is one of my favorite RPGs. It's like I love that game a lot. It was my introduction to JRPGs. I've also got like all sorts of other games. Like I've been a bit of a Square Enix kick lately in terms of RPGs. This company made Chrono Trigger because I got a few of the remastered versions of older RPGs for my Nintendo Switch right here that I've been playing a bit too, like Saga Frontier and Legend of Mana and stuff like that. Because one of my favorite Square Enix games that only came out in Japan, but I played a fan translation of. It's called Live Alive. It's getting remade and it's coming out next month. The remake's coming out officially in the West next month. So I'm really jazzed
Switch?
up for that because I love that. I the Nintendo Switch.
Yeah, I think. Wow,
like
that's
this
interesting because.
And I have custom painted Joy-Cons for my Switch.
I'm thinking Kevin's on a whole other level that I'm not familiar with. I'm hearing terminology that I don't even recognize. So that's.
If you need me to explain
probably
terms,
impressive.
I will.
I know. I might have to. I might.
If you need me to explain, I will.
I could, but those that know about it, they know about it. So I get that. But the question I would ask is like, you have
Fair
a Switch.
enough. Okay.
Probably Mario Fangirl has a Switch. So do the two of you do like a co-op game on the Switch?
Oh yeah, we played games on Switch against each other online.
Yeah.
So we done Smash Brothers against each
Sometimes.
other.
And
Smash Brothers, I know
to
that
the one
one.
with the OLED screen. So.
And it's not just Super Smash Brothers.
Of course, I recently upgraded to the one with the OLED screen, which is a godsend because the colors and everything just shine in my eyes.
Is that much better? Is it worth the extra, what, 150
for me,
bucks?
The extra
What'd you do with your
vibrancy
old
is
one?
important to me.
Did you sell the old one, or would you do
I still have it sitting. I have it sitting over here on my chest of drawers next to my Wii U. So my
it's
old
just
one
sitting there. You got to get rid of that
my
thing.
old one sitting up. Yeah.
Yep. Get it up on Marketplace.
I don't know. Maybe I'll
Take
just
a couple bucks.
I might keep it because I'm sentimental. I don't know yet. Heck, I haven't sold my Wii U yet because I love that thing. I don't want to give up my Wii U.
MarioFanGirl93. Sometimes she comes on my show and she does a little show and tell. Do you have anything interesting that you have, Kevin, that you can show us? And we will say hi to Celtic Wolf 25, a fan of yours, Kevin. Obviously, and I've seen the shirt.
Well, aside from
do you have any
gamer,
collectibles in your house?
Yeah. Well, aside from being a gamer, I'm also a big Doctor Who fan. I love the show because it just changes so much and evolves, and everything. And I have on my desk anyway, like various like toy versions of the different kind of sonic screwdrivers, like this one here, like that the Doctor uses in the show. And this one in particular is the one the 12th Doctor wears. It uses Peter Capaldi's Doctor, and it lights up and everything. So this is my favorite one of all of them I've seen on screen, though.
Where can Doctor Who fans
also, one of my favorite things I got
Who
recently at a convention. Sorry. Yeah, it's great. But one of my favorite things I got, I still haven't even taken them out of the box, actually, is something I got at a convention last month when I was at a convention with some friends, a local Comic-Con called Motor City Comic-Con. And I mostly went there just to meet this one actor who was going to be there, who actually played the Doctor at one point, an actor by the by the name of Christopher Eccleston. He was also the villain in the second Thor movie for Marvel, as well as some other stuff. But that's well, I think HBO Max for the more newer stuff with Doctor Who MW games.
Okay.
So on Netflix for Doctor Who comic.
For those that have never seen Doctor Who, HBO Max might be the home base for that. Okay.
Well, it's the home for the newer stuff, like from Eccleston to now. But
there's new stuff
for
too?
the older stuff, you might have to find something called. But the older classic Who, like the stuff that from the '60s onward, you might need something like BritBox or something like that, or you can just get the Blu-rays like I do.
Wow.
Yeah. But,
okay. Doctor Who fan.
But, anyway. Yeah. But anyway, like I said, I was at this convention, Motor City Comic Con. And after I got his autograph, I had some extra money left, so I decided to go around the booth, see what there was. Saw some T-shirt stuff. I'm like, I have plenty of shirts, which is saying something considering how many I have. I won't say how many because I lost count. Anyway, and I decided to go to this one booth that has all these different collectible action figures and such, mostly for display, more than to play, right? And I still haven't taken this guy out of the box, but I found this guy for like $35, and I couldn't believe that it was $35. It's a mashup between Raphael from the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles and the Universal Horror version of Frankenstein's monster.
Yep.
And Raphael was always my favorite Ninja Turtle growing up, and Frankenstein's monster was always my favorite of the Universal Horror monsters. So it was like best of both worlds right here. So I love this thing.
MarioFanGirl93.
So yeah.
How often do you talk to Mr. Kevin here? How often do you speak to him?
Oh, when he basically when
twice a week, I think.
Almost every day, but not like daily, but
like a text message or something.
But most of it was just
we
most of the
message
time
on Skype.
Yeah, we message each other on Skype.
Yeah, we sometimes do video calls on my days off, like today, like tonight. We're just shooting the shit about stuff that's been going on at work and what games we've been playing, that kind of thing, and what projects we're working on our respective channels. And,
there's also I wanted to say, But yeah, I was just going to tell you this. When Retro watched me playing Super Metroid, that is something that Kevin knows the game very well. And
I think there's a new one.
I mean, I'm not an expert on Super Metroid, but I know the game well enough that she's good. In fact, I'd probably say she's better than me, and I've played the game longer than she has.
That Super Metroid, I want to say it came out first on the NES. Isn't that right? NES?
That's right.
It's on the Super Nintendo back in '94, yeah. Although I didn't play it until I was in high school, which was many years later.
Metroid was not on the NES, Super Nintendo. Or it was?
Yeah.
Well, Metroid
the original Metroid was, but Super Metroid was on Super Nintendo, hence the Super.
Yeah.
Yes.
Oh, so I think I played the first one, the one on the NES. And I want to say maybe I played Super Metroid, but I bet I didn't. I don't know if I did. What year did it come out? Do you guys know?
1986.
94,
oh, yeah, I probably played it then.
No.
The second one?
Oh, 86, yeah. I thought you meant Super Metroid.
Yeah, the original Metroid.
Right, but Super Metroid.
Yeah, 86.
What?
And
94. Although I didn't
Super
play until
Metroid
years
1994.
later.
Yeah, by 94, I think I was out of video games for a while. I did a lot of adolescent, teenage gaming on those consoles. But then I got older, life, jobs, stuff like that. And I kind of drifted away from video games. So what brought me back
nowadays
to my channel was just my love for those old games. Of course, that's how Retro Arcade Music Band spawned. And here we are. So here you guys are, 6 years later, BFFs, best friends, talk all the time, only played one game? Only played one game?
Well, it's just that, I work 40-hour weeks, and it's hard to motivate myself sometimes to, but it's not that you played one game, it's that she's only co-commentated on one of my videos, and granted at the time it was like a re-recording of an older video that I wanted to do a newer version of because the person who commentated on that video is no longer my friend, and he was a real creep. So
yeah.
Oh, there are names right there.
Let's not talk about him. Let's not bring it down.
I won't get into that.
We don't have to.
I don't want to deal with drama llama BS tonight. I just want to just talk.
This is positive energy. I'm curious about the two of you. You're obviously very close. You obviously have a lot in common, because if you didn't, you guys wouldn't be friends.
Yep.
So here we are. Now, Mario Fangirl93
aren't as big geeks as me, but that's fine.
Right. Now, what was your channel called before it was Kevin the Time Geek?
It was a name that I'd had on the internet for a while called Golden Tales Geek, and it was from Golden as in the Golden Sun series, which is a bit of JRPGs I really like, and then the Tales as in the Tales of series, which is another JRPG series I really like Tales of Symphonia, Tales of Fantasia, Tales of Vesperia, and they're like these big sprawling JRPGs that don't necessarily, they kind of like, that just tell these really great stories with like very nuanced three-dimensional characters that just have flaws and foibles, so they're not really necessarily, it's not like clear-cut good and evil. There's shades of gray on both sides of the coin, you know, and I've loved that about that series, that there's although there are some villains in the series who are pretty much irredeemably evil, but that by and large it's meant to be like just shades of gray on both sides for the most part. And
did you have a channel before that,
which I've maintained
before the Golden Sun Tales?
The Golden Tales Geek, yeah, all one word.
That was the first one?
Yeah, it was my old handle. That was the one before, and the reason the primary reason I wanted to change it is because, like, I have a bit of a past. I will put it mildly, and I realized that my old name had kind of accumulated some serious baggage associated with that past, and I really wanted to kind of keep myself moving forward from that, especially since some of the things that I did back then I'm not very proud of, and I feel intense regret for even now, even though I try not to let it overtake me. And I just figured maybe it's best to just move forward with a new name and carry myself forward into a brighter future with a new name, and and really solidify me moving forward as a better person, you know. Especially considering I'm an uncle to a 7-year-old, and I want this kid to look up to me and not think I'm a monster, you know. You know, and he thinks I'm a cool guy, so.
You seem pretty cool, and
I've got many stories about him, but.
And Mario Fangirl will appreciate this, but when I found out about Kevin, I went over to his YouTube channel, KevinTheTimeGeek86, and I started watching a couple of his videos, and there was one that really spoke to me, Kevin, and that was the loss of your brother, is what I want to say it was. Yeah. And I had just gone through a loss myself, and when I went through my loss of my family member, and I saw you going through your loss. Now, I realized it was a long time ago, but just to see that raw emotion,
almost 2 years now, but yeah.
And so you missed him. You talked about missing him, and you were so honest on camera. Miss him. Of course. So here I am watching the video from what I say is probably a complete stranger. And here he's speaking to me one-to-one, and it's almost like Kevin is talking to me. And that is the content that I gravitated towards your channel. So I want to thank you for that, for being honest about your brother that you miss every day, which you should. But here we are. If you want to,
it's been almost 2 years, and I still miss him terribly.
Kevin, hang on a second.
Yeah, it was a shock when Kevin told me about his brother, and it's just really sad because when I see Kevin like being emotional about it, I just want to give him a big hug.
Of course. Kevin, this is your moment. I'm talking about your brother. I'm bringing up your brother. Yeah. What can you tell us about him? Because one of the best things that we can do to honor our lost loved ones is give a great story about them. What can you tell us about this wonderful family member of yours?
My brother Tavis, he was Tavis. His name was Tavis, not Travis. Tavis, without the R. I actually, but he was like one of my best friends growing up. He had my back. I mean, he was the oldest of the three of us. You know, he was 46 when he passed, but, and it came as a real shock. And, but, I don't want to sound callous when I say it like this, but I always had a feeling in the back of my mind that he was going to be the first of us to go anyway, because he had some health issues, but he always took special care to not exacerbate them too much. One of the issues he had, he was born with a dilated aorta in his heart, for instance. But, I don't know if anyone knows what I'm talking about when I say that. Heck, I don't even think I really know, but
I do.
And I'm not sure if that's what really did him in, but by and large, he still tried to live the best life he could. And, but yeah, I have many fond memories of like playing games with him, like we do, like link cable hookups on the original Game Boy growing up.
Oh yeah,
when I was growing up.
Probably through one of those.
Heck, he even got me my original Game Boy for Christmas. Huh?
Which I bet you still have.
Sorry, you were going to say something. Yeah, I still have it sitting here in my closet somewhere.
See, I knew it.
Yep, I still do. I can't give the damn thing up for anything.
No, of course not. This is a bond. It's a physical piece that reminds you of your brother.
Yeah.
And I don't know about other stories, but you said that you have several. This would be a great moment to share.
One of
those wonderful stories.
I could tell a funny one. I could tell a really funny one that's not gaming related. Actually, it's not gaming related, but it's a really funny one.
Go for it.
Well, we have the house I live in with my folks. We have this garden in the back that my parents like to grow a lot of things in, like vegetables and stuff like that. Well, one year my mom decided to try to go grow sunflowers in there, and the quality of the soil was such that they grew really well. They grew like really flippin' tall, like
right,
really tall, right? And my brother, I'm 6'1", my brother was 6'6", and they grew taller than him. And the funny thing about this story is the fact that it was his reaction to the fact that they dwarfed him in size was that he stood next to them and he looked right up at them and he was like, "Shit, I've shrunk."
It's almost like a Jack and the Beanstalk.
So because
moment.
of that, a year after he passed, I decided to leave some sunflowers at his grave, just because I know he'd appreciate it.
I think that's great.
Because of that.
So, Kevin, thank you.
And I always associate sunflowers with him because of that. Yeah.
For the memories. Well, now I'm going to have a salad with sunflower seeds on them. Thank you. And I'm going to think about your brother.
Sunflower seeds are great.
Wow.
I love sunflower seeds. They're delicious.
Oh, yeah, they're good.
Of course, I also like pine nuts in my salad. So,
see, this is one of those deals where the conversation could go almost anywhere, and that's why we love coming on here and just chatting away, and that's how it works. Mario Fangirl?
I was just wanted to say something right there. Yeah, you definitely recognize, Kevin, that when the first time I go to your live stream, you playing Dr. Mario, and I helped you with that. He was there.
He was.
I am
That's
Dr.
right,
Mario, and I am saving lives.
Yes, Dr. Mario. That was my first time. Mario Fangirl helped me. It was great.
She awesome. Showed me that, and I was cracking up.
Yeah.
It took me back to when I was first playing Dr. Mario.
Any of your friends in the chat room, we should probably say hi to the chat, see what's going on.
Yeah, we really should, because...
aside from my friend, the only friend I've seen so far is my friend Celtic Wolf 25, but, she's probably... I haven't seen her post anything in the chat yet lately, but I've been kind of just... But, she probably saw... because I linked to... Like I said, I linked to your YouTube stream, like, from my Twitter feed as I joined backstage, just to be like, hey, I'm on this live stream, come join, come say hi, that kind of thing, just because I figured, why not? I'm going to be on the live stream. I want people to see me, sort of. I know that sounds kind of narcissistic, but still.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm not that, I try not to be that narcissistic if I can help it, but still.
Yeah. And Kevin,
apparently it was someone's birthday today. Happy birthday.
Happy birthday! Whose
Campbell's birthday too, so you share a birthday with the guy from Evil Dead.
Evil
Ty
Dead,
Taylor,
wow.
I think, as they said. Yeah.
That's right, Ty Taylor.
But it's Bruce Campbell's birthday.
Happy
Bruce
birthday,
Campbell's
Ty
birthday
Taylor.
too. And funny enough, the new
Campbell.
Doctor Strange movie directed by his buddy Sam Raimi came on Disney Plus today. So,
you ever do that? You ever look up who shares your birthday? You ever do that?
I've done that a few times. I found I share my birthday with the snowboarder Sean White, actually. And it's the same.
Who's that?
We were born the same year, funny enough.
Who's
Shaun
White?
White? He's like a famous Olympic snowboarder. He's like a famous
I would have
snowboarder
never,
or something.
I would have never known that. I moved away from the snow.
Well, the only reason I know who he is,
snow.
even though I don't know
No
sports,
snow.
is because he was on a lot of commercials. So
You want to know the interesting?
the only reason I know who he is because he was on a lot of commercials. So anyway, go ahead.
That's great.
Yeah, you want to know the interesting fact when it comes to, like Kevin and I, when it comes to birthdays. His was, since Kevin's was September 3rd, mine was like 4 days after his, the 7th.
Ah. Now, who do you share your birthday with?
Yeah.
When it comes
Don't
to
know?
my
Who?
wait, my birthday?
Like famous, someone famous.
Famous birthdays.
Yeah.
I'm going
like
to Google it
someone
right now.
famous.
Well, there is actually someone that I actually who shared the same birthday as I am. But that was like way before I was born. But I'm not sure if you heard one of the
Larry
rock and roll
Bird.
singer-
Larry Bird, Tom Waits, Rachel McAdams, Robert Downey Jr.
Rachel
Robert
McAdams,
Downey
awesome.
Jr.
Yes, it's
You share your birthday with Robert
Iron Man.
Downey Jr.
yes,
Jeffrey
it's-
Wright.
Yo,
Demi
but Rachel
Moore?
McAdams, she also
Demi
shares her
Moore.
birthday.
You got Demi Moore.
Oh my
Oh,
God!
Demi Moore
Patrick
is great. I
Fabian.
love Demi Moore.
Wait, Kevin, what's
I
your
don't know
day?
who that is.
December what?
September 3rd.
3rd? Okay, hold on. I'm Googling that.
And
Here we
mine's
go.
this, and
9/3.
mine's September 7th.
Ozzy Osbourne? Ozzy Osbourne for Kevin, right there. And
Really?
Mario
You're
Fangirl.
kidding me. I share my birthday with him?
Ozzy Osbourne. Mario Fangirl.
Yeah, I know Ozzy.
Yes,
I've not
obviously.
really listened to a lot of his music, but I know who he is.
Daryl Hannah. Brendan
Awesome.
Fraser.
I love Daryl Hannah.
Julian Moore. Rachel. Wait a minute. Why does it say Rachel McAdams again? Oh, no. There's no way she has 2 birthdays.
Disappointed.
Uh-oh. Oh, okay. Well, maybe... Okay. Maybe it's not her, but... Oh, yeah. Ozzy Osbourne is. And so is Amanda Seyfried and Tiffany Haddish.
I know that name, but I don't know if I've seen her in anything.
You'll have to Google it. There's some,
Yeah, I might
there's some
have
good
to.
ones out there.
It's hard to see when I was just looking at someone who shared the same birthday as I am, which mine's the 7th, by the way. Yeah, September 7th. I just looked at. I already know that who's also born in September 7th. When it comes to rock and roll music, when it comes to that, Buddy Holly's born in September 7th.
Nice.
But
There you go.
that was way before I was born.
Someone retro
Aaron-
knows.
Aaron Carter for Mario Fangirl. Aaron Carter.
Oh my God.
I know. I'm still looking. I'm looking it up.
It's okay.
That's about
But
it.
Rachel McAdams is a good choice for sharing.
She
her
was a
birthday
good
with.
one.
She's a great actress.
Yeah, I've definitely heard about her. Yeah, just try to remember movies that she was on.
Well, she was in the Doctor Strange movies with Benedict Cumberbatch, so.
See?
That's right. Okay.
See?
And funny enough, she was also in the Sherlock Holmes movies with Robert Downey Jr. So, there you go.
Right. Okay.
So now you know. Now
What kind of 6 degrees of Kevin Bacon
know.
shit is this, huh?
Well, thanks for coming by, guys. I really appreciate
my-
it. It was nice
yeah, this-
chatting with you both.
No problem.
We always have fun doing these. Kevin, I wish you the best.
Thank you. Appreciate
do.
that. And
What do
I'm
you got
glad that
coming out? Like, what's new? Coming out new on your channel?
Well, the most recent thing I put out was an unboxing video I did of this one, like, collector's version of this one new game for the Nintendo 3DS that came out this year, even though technically the 3DS is kind of defunct. But it was just a goofy little strategy RPG that was independently developed, and they put out a physical release for it, and they also put it on the eShop for like $5. But I wanted to get the actual physical version, and it also is meant to be like a throwback to the old Super Nintendo games as well, which those kind of things appeal to me greatly. So, but yeah,
Mr. Jami says Shaun White snowboarding, great game.
Oh, I wouldn't know. I don't play those.
It's on PS2.
Yeah, I mean, I've played some PS2 games like Dragon Quest VIII,
good.
but yeah.
And Mario Fangirl, thank you.
But I do have Sorry, I was going to say also that I have plans to finish up some ongoing projects I've been having on the back burner for far too long.
Yeah, you'll get there.
Especially since
but I wanted to know about the
since
latest and the
new-
greatest. That's what I want to know about. I don't need to know about a month from now. We'll get there.
Fair.
We got to connect to you. So for those of you who
Time will
want to
tell.
connect to this guy right here, here it is. Kevin, the Time Geek 86. I'm assuming you were born in 86, you whippersnapper.
You are correct, sir.
Get off my grass. Mario Fangirl,
it's fine.
any last words?
Well, I was just going to tell you about this before Kevin and I decided to go ahead and call and I didn't know the stream. But yeah, I just wanted to say that when I was on your show and I told Kevin about it, that how much we had a great time there and doing like the show and tell and other stuff and just enjoying all those laughs, especially the fact that when I was just watching all the, and I even showed Kevin the multiplayer fun play that was where I was playing Bosconian, and
You did well.
thank you so much.
I was impressed with how well she did. I've never even played that game before.
Fun game. Yeah. Check
Heck,
it
I've
out.
never even heard
That's
of
on
it
my
before.
channel.
You should try it. I highly recommend you try Bosconian.
I'll give it a look-see sometime.
That could be
I don't-
the next two-player game that Mario Fangirl93 and you, Kevin, play. That could be the next one.
Maybe.
You never
maybe.
know.
Never say never.
Maybe.
Never
Yeah.
say never.
All right.
Yeah.
Well, cool. Thanks, guys. Thanks for coming by. We
No problem.
appreciate it, and we appreciate you.
It's a real buzz to do things like this for me.
Yeah. I'll let you guys probably chat offline, and we're going to wave goodbye to the chat room and the replay. Thank you so much, everybody. Bye. Say bye, everybody.
Good night, you guys.
I love it.